Ajit Pawar is Maharashtra's Deputy Chief Minister for the third time since 2019 and for the fifth time in his political career. In a stunning development this Sunday afternoon, Sharad Pawar's nephew staged yet another coup. He took oath along with 9 NCP MLAs and joined the Shinde-Fadnavis government. Here's how this big political development played out in Maharashtra's Game of Thrones.
A Sunday afternoon shocker. NCP leader and Sharad Pawar's nephew Ajit Pawar sworn in as the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra. This is Ajit Pawar's third stint as Deputy Chief Minister since 2019. This time he's going to be sharing the post with Devendra Fadnavis. 9 other NCP MLAs, including Chhagan Bhujbal, Dhananjay Munde, Dilip Walse Patil, also joined the Maharashtra government along with Ajit Pawar.
सामने वाले विरोधक वो खुद का खाली अपना अपना स्टेट का देखते हैं। एक कोई मुझे लीडर अपोजिशन में दिखाओ कि वो देश का सोचकर देश में काम कर रहा है, ऐसा कहीं दिखाई नहीं देता। और इतना बड़ा पॉपुलेशन होते हुए हमें सबको ऐसा लगा कि नरेंद्र मोदी साहब के नेतृत्व में ही लोकसभा हो या आगे वाले चुनाव हो, उसके बारे में हम साथ-साथ जाना चाहते हैं।
The Maharashtra cabinet now has 9 ministers from BJP, 9 from Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena and 9 from NCP. This big move comes days after Pawar expressed his desire to step down as leader of opposition in Maharashtra Assembly.
ये डबल इंजन वाला सरकार मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में चल रहा था, इसको भी ट्रिपल इंजन मिल गया है। ये अभी बुलेट ट्रेन की गति से भागेगा विकास के लिए। मैं अजीत पवार और उनके सभी सहयोगी उनका स्वागत करता हूं।
NCP has 53 MLAs in the state. Ajit Pawar is claiming the support of at least 40. He needs 36 to evade provisions of the anti-defection law.
पूरे विधायक हमारे साथ है, मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट हमारे साथ है, बाकी के पार्टी के वर्कर हमारे साथ है। इसीलिए आज मैंने डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टरशिप का ओथ दी। बहुत अच्छी तरह से हम राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस पार्टी बढ़ाएंगे।
महाराष्ट्र में आज हम सब एक हुए हैं। महाराष्ट्र की भी प्रगति होगी और जैसे शिंदे का एस सुपर था, फडणवीस का एफ फास्ट था, अब पवार का पी ये प्रोग्रेस के लिए लगेगा, सुपर फास्ट प्रोग्रेस। ये आज हम तीनों पार्टियां एक मिलकर करेंगे।
Earlier in the day, Ajit Pawar met some party leaders and MLAs at his official residence in Mumbai. A meeting that NCP chief Sharad Pawar said that he was not aware of. His party is now staring at a split. Just a month back, Sharad Pawar had resigned as the NCP chief, only to take back his resignation 3 days later. He had then appointed his daughter, Supriya Sule, as the working president, a move that reportedly upset Ajit Pawar. The Uddhav Sena that had been split similarly after Eknath Shinde defected with 40 MLAs called Ajit Pawar a political opportunist.
जो मुख्यमंत्री है आज के मिस्टर एकनाथ शिंदे, उनके ऊपर जो डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन की जो तलवार लटक रही है वो जल्दी ही गिरने वाली है। उनके साथ 16 विधायक जो शिवसेना से फुट कर गए थे वो डिस्क्वालीफाई हो जाएंगे और सरकार अनस्टेबल हो जाएगी। उसके लिए ये नया सपोर्ट लिया है।
The Maharashtra quake is a big jolt, not just to the Aghadi in Maharashtra, but also the mission opposition unity ahead of 2024. Bureau Report, India Today.
India Today's Maharashtra Bureau Chief Sahil Joshi spoke to the current Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde. Let's listen to what Eknath Shinde has to say. He now has 2 heavyweight deputy chief ministers. He already had Devendra Fadnavis from the BJP. Now he also has Ajit Pawar from the split NCP. Let's listen to the Chief Minister of Maharashtra.
शिंदे साहब, अभी जो हुआ है अचानक, आज एक साल पूरा हो रहा था आपके सरकार बनने को, और बराबर एक साल के बाद आपके सरकार में एक और एक डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं। एनसीपी आपके साथ में आ गई है, ऐसा अजीत दादा का कहना है। अजीत दादा भी आपके साथ में डिप्टी चीफ मिनिस्टर बनेंगे। आपकी क्या प्रतिक्रिया है, कैसे हुआ ये सब?
एक साल पहले एक धमाका हुआ था ना
जी,
साल खत्म हुआ कल, तो उसका सेलिब्रेशन आज कर दिया।
लेकिन अजीत पवार के
एक साल पहले धमाका हुआ था, उसका सेलिब्रेशन आज कर दिया।
लेकिन
अजीत दादा पवार
जी
और उनके सभी विधायक, उन्होंने हमारी जो मोदी साहब के नेतृत्व वाली डबल इंजन सरकार जो मैं और देवेंद्र जी और हमारा मंत्रिमंडल चला रहे थे, डेवलपमेंट कर रहे थे, और उन्होंने डेवलपमेंट के मुद्दे पर, विकास के मुद्दे पर उन्होंने सपोर्ट किया है सरकार को। सरकार में आ गए, मैंने उनका स्वागत कर दिया है।
शरद पवार की अभी प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई है, उनका ये कहना है कि ये रॉबरी है, ये उनका कहना है कि ये लूट की गई है।
तो पहले जब पवार साहब ने 2 बार पहले ऐसा कुछ किया था क्या? वो क्या डाका था क्या?
और पवार साहब ये भी कह रहे हैं कि कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि पार्टी उनके साथ में नहीं है, लोग इनके साथ में है, सिर्फ विधायक आपके साथ में आए हैं।
अरे भैया, वो तो अभी दिखाई पड़ेगा ना सब। अभी इतने बड़े पैमाने पर मेजोरिटी विधायक, एमपी, पार्टी के लीडर तो मैंने देखे उसमें, उनमें तो एक कार्याध्यक्ष भी पार्टी का था, प्रफुल्ल पटेल।
वो ये कह रहे हैं कि आपके पार्टी के कुछ लोग जो मंत्री बनने की सोच रहे थे, उनको ये मौका नहीं मिल पाया, उसके वजह से वो नाराज दिख रहे थे जो स्वेरिंग इन सेरेमनी हुआ, क्योंकि उनकी जगह पे अब अजीत पवार के साथ में जो एनसीपी के विधायक आपके साथ आए वो मंत्री बन गए।
नहीं, देखिए, हमारे लोग जो है ये कुर्सी और सत्ता की लालच में आए नहीं है। ये जनता की भलाई के लिए सरकार हमने बनाई है। ये लालच और कुर्सी की जो सरकार थी वो 2019 में बनाई थी। वो जनता के जनमत को ठुकरा के बनाई थी। जब शिवसेना भाजपा के गठबंधन वाली चुनाव हुई थी, साथ में हम चुनाव लड़े और सरकार बनाए दूसरे के साथ, ये तो अन्याय हुआ था। और तभी से लोग चाहते थे कि शिवसेना भाजपा का सरकार बने। हम एक साल पहले सरकार बना दिया और ये सरकार बन गया हमारी कुर्सी और सत्ता की लालच में नहीं। और हमारे जो विधायक हैं वो एक टीम के तरह काम करते हैं। और निश्चित रूप से अभी ये जो हमारे शिवसेना बीजेपी के जो विधायक है, अभी उनका भी शपथ विधि हो जाएगा।
लेकिन उनका यह कहना था कि एक साल पहले जब आप बाहर निकले तब आपके विधायकों का यह कहना था कि एनसीपी शिवसेना को खत्म करना चाहती है, और आज उसी एनसीपी के साथ सरकार में शामिल होना, इसको लेकर सवाल उठा रहे हैं।
पवार साहब किधर है हमारे साथ?
लेकिन अजीत पवार और एनसीपी के बाकी लोग आपके साथ में हैं।
अरे अजीत पवार तो काम करने वाला नेता है ना, उसको तो काम ही नहीं करने देते।
आपको कोई तकलीफ नहीं होगी?
उनको तो साइड लाइन कर दिया था ना।
क्या आगे के चुनाव भी उनके साथ में लड़े जाएंगे, विधानसभा, लोकसभा या बाकी जो चुनाव होंगे वो सर?
चुनाव जो है आने वाले लोकसभा के चुनाव नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में हम लोग इकट्ठा लड़ेंगे और जोर से, ताकत से, मेजोरिटी से जीतेंगे।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। जी जी।
आने वाली उसके बाद विधानसभा के चुनाव भी जो भी वो भी हम इकट्ठा लड़ेंगे, साथ में लड़ेंगे और मेजोरिटी के साथ जीतेंगे।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया शिंदे सर, आपने हमसे बात की, इसके लिए आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
Ironically, it is Eknath Shinde's position that has been weakened by the addition of Ajit Pawar, because if Ajit Pawar wasn't on the BJP's ticket, then Eknath Shinde was irreplaceable. The moment Ajit Pawar comes on board as well, the BJP's dependence on Eknath Shinde is lesser. So he's seeming to be excited, and to some extent it is good news. It's the first anniversary of his government, but politically it kind of undermines the BJP's dependence on Eknath Shinde. This is of course advantage Fadnavis, Modi, Shah and the BJP. To try and decode the impact this political quake will have on the political configurations in the build-up to the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, I want to go across to my colleague Sahil Joshi. He heads our Maharashtra bureau. We have guest cutting across the political divide joining us as well. But before that, I want to spend a few minutes with Sahil. Sahil, how does this development, in your assessment, impact the build-up to the Lok Sabha elections next year? How many MLAs will, in the end, go with Ajit Pawar? How many at this moment seem to be with Sharad Pawar? And what about the Lok Sabha MPs of the NCP? Sahil.
Well, Rahul, there are multiple questions in this particular one question. First we have to understand that despite having the clear majority in Maharashtra, why they needed a third partner. And I would like to draw your attention to the survey conducted by India Today Group. It's called Mood of the Nation survey. Twice we did the survey. You remember last year also in the month of August we had done the survey, and even in the month of January this year we did the survey. And what did it show is that the Maharashtra is a state where the BJP may face a problem, because there is a formidable opposition alliance against the BJP and Shinde Sena. The MVA, if coming together, a united bloc would have caused a major pain for the BJP and NDA during Lok Sabha elections. The vote share of the BJP and Shinde together was not crossing 35%, whereas they needed more than 40% vote share to succeed in the Lok Sabha elections, to get the seats more than 40 in Maharashtra, and that is where the third partner was needed. Now the question comes about how many MLAs will come with Ajit Pawar. There is no doubt in my mind that Ajit Pawar was most popular among MLAs, because he has been leading the party in Maharashtra Assembly since 2009, and he has been the Deputy Chief Minister, he was the Finance Minister, he had taken care of MLAs like his own people, and that is the reason why he was very popular among the MLAs. Now the question comes that despite 40 MLAs with Eknath Shinde, why Ajit Pawar and his team was needed by BJP is because despite having 40 MLAs, the vote share what the BJP was expecting that it will transfer from the Shiv Sena was not happening, and that is the reason why Ajit Pawar was needed. So merely the number of MLAs transferring with Ajit Pawar will not help. Ajit Pawar will also need to snatch at least 5 to 8% of the vote share of the
but what's the guarantee that will happen at this moment? In your estimate, Sahil, how much of the NCP vote is with Ajit Pawar? Because Sharad Pawar, he may be old, he may have health concerns, but he's still in the fray. So how much of the NCP vote can Ajit Pawar deliver to the Modi team for 2024, or how much of it stays with Sharad Pawar? That becomes critical then.
Absolutely right, Rahul, absolutely. That is the point. That is what Sharad Pawar was trying to say when he held the press conference, that even in 2019, some of his important leaders had quit NCP and joined the BJP, but despite that, NCP's tally from 2014 increased in Assembly from 41 MLAs to 55 MLAs in 2019, and that's what Sharad Pawar is trying to hint at, that MLAs will go with Ajit Pawar, but the party cadre, the people, the voters will remain with him, and that is where the question lies finally, because NCP has around 15 to 17% vote share in Maharashtra, and it was never tried and tested whether this particular vote share is with the MLAs, because finally NCP is a party of satraps. What Sharad Pawar had managed to do till now is that assemble all these satraps together under the umbrella of Sharad Pawar's leadership and run the party. This will be the first time that they will be facing this particular challenge, that the satraps might go with Ajit Pawar, but now Sharad Pawar will have to claim that these are not my supporters, these are not my voters. The voters who elect the MLAs, will those voters go with those satraps or not? That is going to be the challenge, and that's what the BJP will try to do, because now finally what MVA, we were discussing about MVA, that they will face problem while seat distribution, because there are three parties together. Now the same problem will need to be faced by the NCP, Shiv Sena and the BJP alliance. And mind well that the BJP is the senior most party at this point of time. BJP has more than 100 MLAs, BJP has maximum number of member of parliaments, and now during the seat distribution, somebody, the NCP will take pie from somebody's will try to take people from, the seat, during seat sharing, they will cut the pie of somebody else's pie, and that is where this fight will begin, and that's what the BJP is worried about. Look at today what happened. Devendra Fadnavis has emerged victorious. Now he has two parties together along with the BJP. They also claim that almost 40 MLAs will be supporting from Assembly will be supporting Ajit Pawar. 6 MLAs from Legislative Party, Legislative Council, the MLC, will support Ajit Pawar. But despite that, today BJP's reaction was not, they didn't come forward to give such a positive reaction at this point of time. Devendra Fadnavis only spoke once at the Raj Bhavan. He did not address any press conference. He will have to run this government along with Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar.
No, but the risk, of course, is that anti-incumbency could build up as well. They've already seen that there is a certain amount of disquiet in the Eknath Shinde Sena, because many of the MLAs who came did not get ministerial berths. Those MLAs are now saying, hey, these 9 MLAs have come with Ajit Pawar. All of them have become ministers right away. We got a bad deal. We're also here. So this makes the task of, trying to take this motley group along that much tougher for Devendra Fadnavis, who's not Chief Minister himself, who's a deputy himself for all practical purposes.
Well, Rahul, that's what I'm trying to say, because earlier everybody was talking about how the seat distribution is going to happen among 3 parties. The major concern of Ajit Pawar when he actually rebelled against Sharad Pawar and went and did this early morning swearing in, what he wanted to say is that 3-party alliance is a no-go. A 3-party alliance will not work in the state. It has to be a clear alliance of 2 parties. It is easier for the seat distribution. It is easier to distribute power among themselves. When it comes to the third partner, that becomes really difficult. Now he's getting into exactly the same situation. What he did not want to do, now he is part of the 3-party alliance. He has already announced that all the elections, including the local district corporation elections, including the municipal corporation elections, assembly elections and the Lok Sabha elections, will be fought together. And that is what is going to be the biggest challenge for these 3 partners. The NCP will have to take a back seat, the Shiv Sena will have to take a back seat, the BJP being the biggest partner will ask for a bigger pie at this point of time.
Sahil, we'll leave it there just for a while. I'll come back to you in a moment. Thank you very much for joining us. I want to go across live to the NCP headquarters. Saurabh Akhtania joins us from there. Clyde Crasto is with him. Saurabh, from what you've picked up so far, how much of the NCP base, the party cadre, the Karyakarta, seems to be on the side of Sharad Pawar, and how many seem to be on the side of Ajit Pawar?
Well, Rahul, I see that maximum of them are with Ajit Pawar only. I'll ask my camera person to take you forward and show you the sense over here. These are the NCP workers still present over here. And Clyde Crasto is with us, sir. How do you see this particular decision? Do you know this was coming?
Well, media was talking about it. For a long time, media was talking about that something like this will happen. Well, it has happened now. Now we have to look forward, look ahead, what is going to happen. And we will continue. You see the cadres all here. This whole talk about what happens now, we'll continue doing what we are doing.
But Ajit Pawar is claiming all the MPs, all the MLAs are with him, numbers are with him. The real NCP is with government round. They are with the power.
See, Ajit Dada can claim whatever he wants to claim. The truth will be out. The time will come. There are still many people who might just come back. We'll wait and watch. He's claiming, let him claim. He's going to take attendance like in school, present sir, absent sir. Let him do that. We know our cadre. We are going on well. And we'll see, time will tell.
How much number you have, sir, now?
All the numbers will come to us. We will know. Why I'm not giving you numbers? Because there are a lot that he's claiming that with him. We'll be with our party, they'll come back with us. So we'll give you the numbers, don't worry about it.
Ajit Pawar claims that the entire NCP party is right now in the government. He has blessings from each and every.
Well, he can claim what he wants. Now, if you say the entire NCP is with him, then what is all this? Your camera can pan here, down, in all the floors that we have our office. He can claim what he wants. But look at the amount of people that we've got here and look at the amount of people that are there.
What next for the party?
Well, the party is strong. For us, there's only one person whom we follow, is Mr. Sharad Pawar Sahab. Nobody can get bigger than the party. The party was formed by Mr. Sharad Pawar. And we will follow him. We'll continue taking his advice. And we know that anybody can claim what they want to claim. But the party and the symbol belongs to Mr. Sharad Pawar, belongs to the cadre, belongs to all of us.
Not going to BJP.
Sorry?
Not going to BJP.
Going to BJP what?
Other party, people from MLAs.
No, some have gone. Now, you are saying BJP, some are saying they've gone to Shinde. Let them make up their mind because they don't know where they are right now. So I just hope and I give them best wishes to know that where they are, because they're all confused right now.
Jayant Patil continues.
Jayant Patil ji is right here. You can meet him in a few minutes here. He's about to give a press conference.
Jitendra Awad will be.
He's also here. He's been talking to all your friends. All our friends have been talking to him, so that's okay. Yeah.
So there is some sort of confidence, Rahul, right now. But let me tell you, numbers are with Ajit Pawar. We have seen visuals, and I just learned from the sources as well that maximum of the MLAs from the NCP were at Devgiri at Ajit Pawar's residence. The meeting was going on, and they have just left. But what at the NCP office, the workers are absolutely clueless. It's Sunday shocker for them, all of them. They could have never imagined that when in the presence of Sharad Pawar, Ajit Pawar has left the party. In fact, he might say that not left the party, but the entire
It's not
NCP
so much of a shock
joined
actually,
the
because
government.
he's done the same thing once earlier. It would have been a shock the first time he did it. This time he's just doing what's been anticipated for a very long time. I want to go across to Dr. Sandeep Shastri at Lokniti. He tracks political data and psephology very closely. Dr. Shastri, it is impossible to know for certain, but using the wealth of experience that you have, your best sense of how much of the NCP vote, not the MLAs, how much of the NCP vote will Ajit Pawar be able to add to the BJP's kitty for Prime Minister Modi's re-election campaign, and how much stays with Sharad Pawar?
Rahul, the situation is clearly fluid at the moment, but I think there are 2-3 factors we have to keep in mind. Number one, as you said, Ajit Pawar is doing this for a second time. Number two, he has had a lot of time to plan out what he's doing now. And number three, he is with the ruling alliance. The ruling alliance both at the state level and at the national level. And the fact that he is with the ruling alliance puts him at an advantage to be able to leverage support and to be able to leverage support both among his elected MLAs and among the general voters. So I think what will be crucial will be the next few days, but I think, as many of your commentators have been saying, we saw this coming, especially when he decided to give up his claim to the leader of the opposition position. And I think the fact that he was cozying up with the BJP was very visible and very clear.
Okay, I lost that link with Sandeep Shastri. Give me a moment, I'll try and fix it again. Faizan Mirza joins us. He's a leader from the NCP. Also with us is Daniel Francis. He is aligned with the Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde side, political analyst from Maharashtra. So let me go across to Daniel Francis first, because Eknath Shinde's position, sir, ironically has been somewhat weakened by the addition of Ajit Pawar. Earlier the BJP was entirely dependent on Eknath Shinde. Now with Ajit Pawar, they've got two cards that they can play off, one against the other.
BJP is not a fool to play the card one against the other. BJP definitely knows that there are 4 important states for them to win, so that they can cross the important 350 mark. That is Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, West Bengal, and Bihar, and a big state in Tamil Nadu, and where they have their alliance and their equations and their political strategies in place. 2024 is not going to be possible for the BJP unless and until it sets an alliance, its alliance right in Maharashtra. I fully agree with some of the reading that there was some concern, maybe some concern in the BJP that MVA could, pose a good challenger to them. But they have averted that challenge. They have 2 important leaders. See, beyond a point, I don't believe in what the survey says, because the survey says that MVA as a 3-party post-poll alliance will reach a pre-poll alliance and sweep Maharashtra. Whereas there is no hope for a 3-party alliance that is led by BJP. I don't understand that logic. Why is it that 3 parties there will work out the differences well, and 3 parties here will not be able to work out the differences here? So there is no this. There is why did this happen? Why did this happen? This happened because Mr. Sharad Pawar chose Supriya Sule. That was the last nail in the coffin.
Let Faizan Mirza respond to this.
Ajit Pawar was waiting. Let me just complete my point, then he can.
Okay, I want to go across to Nana Patole, strongman from Maharashtra, headed the Congress in the state, one of the senior most figures in the MVA. नाना पटोले जी, स्वागत है आपका इंडिया टुडे में। मैं जानना चाहता हूं कि जिस तरीके से अजीत दादा राव पवार ने ज्वाइन कर ली है बीजेपी और एकनाथ शिंदे की ये सरकार, कितना बड़ा झटका आप इसको मानते हैं MVA के लिए?
नहीं, देखो, ये बीजेपी की जो ऑपरेशन लोटस नीति जो है कीचड़ वाली है, राजनीति में गंदापन करने की है। केंद्र में बैठकर सत्ता का दुरुपयोग कैसा किया जाए, ईडी और सीबीआई का डर बताकर जिन लोगों के ऊपर ईडी और सीबीआई लगा और उन्हीं को अपने पार्टी में लेके मंत्री बनाओ, ये जो रणनीति है महाराष्ट्र में, ये बिल्कुल बीजेपी को बहुत बड़ा महंगा पड़ेगा। लोगों में बहुत गुस्सा है। इस तरह राजनीति में बीजेपी को बहुत बड़ा नुकसान आने वाले कल में होने वाला है। और हमें तो ये हमारे लिए तो ये कोई नया बात नहीं था कि बीजेपी ऐसा डरा धमका कर राजनीति करती है, तो हो गई। अब उसको मुझे लगता है कि इसमें महाविकास आघाड़ी को बड़ी चिंता का विषय नहीं है। ये
सर, चिंता का विषय तो है, आप बोल रहे हैं कि चिंता का विषय नहीं है। अब बेशक पूरा एनसीपी का वोट ना टूटे, आप खुद मानेंगे कि अजीत पवार स्ट्रांग लीडर है, जमीन पे उनकी अच्छी पकड़ है, एनसीपी के कार्यकर्ताओं और नेताओं के बीच में उनकी अच्छी पकड़ है। तो अगर 100% वोट ना भी टूटे, जितना भी परसेंट टूटे, 50% टूटे, 40% टूटे, 60% टूटे, उतना तो लॉस हुआ ना एनसीपी को भी और एमवीए को भी, उतना फायदा हुआ बीजेपी को।
देखो, आपका महाराष्ट्र के बारे में मेरा एकदम क्लियर हमारी भूमिका है। महाराष्ट्र शाहू फुले अम्बेडकर विचारधारा के साथ हमेशा रहा है, और जब भी इसके ऊपर आघात होता है तब महाराष्ट्र की जनता इस परे आ जाती है और ऐसे लोगों को सबक देती है। तो वोट बैंक जो है, वोट बैंक के बारे में जो बीजेपी सोच रही है वैसा नहीं होगा, बीजेपी को इसका नुकसान होगा। मैंने यही कहा है, इसलिए हमें चिंता नहीं। महाराष्ट्र शाहू फुले अम्बेडकर विचारधारा का एकदम मजबूती से पालन करने वाला स्टेट है, और यहाँ की पब्लिक जो है इस विचारधारा को जब भी आघात होता है तब ये सामने आ जाती है।
क्या आपको हैरानी हुई कि प्रफुल्ल पटेल, छगन भुजबल जैसे सीनियर लीडर्स भी अजीत पवार के साथ, क्योंकि खासतौर से प्रफुल्ल पटेल को दिल्ली में शरद पवार का राइट हैंड माना जाता था, तो हो ये भी सकता है कि जब इस तरह के सीनियर लीडर भी अजीत पवार के पास आ जाएं तो उनको भी मालूम है कि हवा किस दिशा में बह रही है एनसीपी में।
नहीं, बात तो सही है। अभी प्रफुल्ल पटेल की बात आपने निकाली, वो जिस बिल्डिंग में उसका मकान जो है उसके कितने माले ईडी को दिए गए हैं, ईडी ने कैसा कब्जा किया है, वो भी बात आपको पता है। और उसको हर महीने में एक टंकी तलवार ईडी की रहती है। तो प्रफुल्ल पटेल और खुद शरद पवार जी ने उस बात को उल्लेख किया है कि हमारे नेताओं के ऊपर ईडी और सीबीआई की इंक्वायरी चल रही है। ये मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ।
क्या आप मानेंगे कि शरद पवार ने कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ी चूक की, अपनी बेटी सुप्रिया सुले को अजीत पवार से आगे रखकर? बेटी को लेके उनका मोह था, उनका प्यार था, क्योंकि अगर देखा जाए पॉलिटिकली तो अजीत पवार की ज्यादा पकड़ है, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में उनकी ज्यादा पहुंच है, ज्यादा कार्यकर्ताओं से उठना बैठना है। सुप्रिया सुले की राजनीति ज्यादा दिल्ली की रही है।
नहीं, इशू ऐसा है, वो राष्ट्रवादी के पार्टी का इंटरनल मामला है। इस इंटरनल मामले में कांग्रेस कुछ बोले कोई उसमें ये नहीं है। शरद पवार जी खुद एक बड़े कद्दावर नेता है, उन्हें क्या करना ना करना वो उनका इशू है, उनके पार्टी का इशू है। इसलिए कांग्रेस इसमें बहुत ज्यादा इन्वॉल्व नहीं होना चाहेगी।
नहीं, मैं इसलिए पूछ रहा था क्योंकि आप खुद लड़ चुके हैं प्रफुल्ल पटेल के साथ, क्योंकि आप सवाल एक्चुअली ये है कि एक बड़ा धड़ा जाने से कहीं ना कहीं तो आप मानेंगे कि बीजेपी के जो री इलेक्शन चांसेस हैं प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी के, उनको बल मिला है, उनको फायदा मिला है इससे?
ऐसा आपको लगता है? महाराष्ट्र में उल्टा नुकसान होगा। मैं आज से आपको बता,
कैसे आप एक्सप्लेन कीजिए ना, आप पॉलिटिकल कैलकुलेशन आपका क्या है, आपको क्यों लगता है कि नुकसान होगा?
मैं महाराष्ट्र के ग्रास रूट पे काम करने वाला कार्यकर्ता हूँ, पार्टी का, कांग्रेस का अध्यक्ष करके मैं राज्य के हर कोने में गया हूँ, हर पब्लिक में जाता हूँ, पब्लिक मैं लीडर हूँ, तो लोगों की जनभावना मैं समझता हूँ, पब्लिक का करंट समझता हूँ। और इस तरह की राजनीति में शुरुआत में कहा कि महाराष्ट्र हमेशा शाहू फुले अम्बेडकर विचारधारा के साथ रहा है। ये अभी 2 इलेक्शन में जो मोदी जी का करिश्मा, झूठ आश्वासन, झूठ सपने ये दिखाकर जिस तरह से खेला गया था, इसको महाराष्ट्र की जनता वाकिफ हो गई है, समझदार हो गई है। और आपको मैं आज से बता रहा हूँ, अभी ये समय और ये तारीख नोट करिए आप, महाराष्ट्र में कांग्रेस के लीडरशिप में ही महाविकास आघाड़ी की ही जीत होगी, मैं आज से बता रहा हूं।
Okay, we'll leave it over there. Nana Patole is a strongman leader himself, a more feisty face of the Congress on the ground in Maharashtra. He fought earlier on a BJP ticket on the Gondia seat where he beat Sharad Pawar in the 16th Lok Sabha. Now as the face of the Congress and a man that Rahul Gandhi seems to like quite a lot. That's Nana Patole, head of the Congress in Maharashtra, speaking to India Today, giving his calculation. But Faizan Mirza, ये जो हकीकत है जिससे कोई बच नहीं सकता वो ये कि शरद पवार ने अजीत पवार की अनदेखी करते हुए अपनी बेटी सुप्रिया सुले को चुना। अब पीएम कहेंगे, अमित शाह जी कहेंगे कि देखिए यही तो बेटी को लेके मोह है, क्योंकि अगर देखा जाए तो दोनों में अजीत पवार की पॉलिटिकल पहुंच, नेताओं कार्यकर्ताओं के बीच में उनकी हैसियत ज्यादा है, बावजूद उसके उन्होंने ऐसी शख्स को चुना जो कि दिल्ली की ज्यादा पॉलिटिक्स करती है, स्टेट की पॉलिटिक्स सुप्रिया सुले ने कम की है।
सबसे पहली बात तो अजीत दादा के साथ में पार्टी में कोई भेदभाव नहीं हुआ है। ये जो भेदभाव वाली बातें हैं ये सिर्फ मन घड़क बातें बनाई गई है। ये आप बता रहे हैं
अभी जो रिशफल हुआ उसमें उनको कोई जगह तो मिली नहीं, हर बार उनका पत्ता काट दिया जाता है, अनदेखी और कैसे होती है सर?
हर बार जगह मिलने ना मिलने कोई भेदभाव नहीं कहा जाता राहुल जी, हर बार जगह मिलने ना मिलने कोई भेदभाव नहीं कहा जाता। मेरी बात सुनिए कि कुछ अभी 2 दिन पहले प्रधानमंत्री जी ने राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस पार्टी पर 70,000 करोड़ की भ्रष्ट पार्टी होने का
आई एम कमिंग टू यू डैनियल, लेट हिम स्पीक।
और उस आरोपों के वजह से इतना बड़ा हृदय परिवर्तन इन लोगों का हो गया कि ये 2 दिन में इन शिंदे फैक्शन के और बीजेपी के साथ चले गए। ये पूरा के पूरा जो सिनेरियो है ये दबाव तंत्र है, दबाव इन पर बनाया गया और ये लोग दबाव से गए हुए। अभी हाल ही में अभी नाना पटोले साहब का भी स्टेटमेंट हम सुन रहे थे, उन्होंने भी तो कहा है कि प्रफुल्ल भाई जिस बिल्डिंग में रहते हैं उसके तो 9 माले सीज किए हुए पूरे के पूरे। ईडी का वहां पर एक छावनी बन गई है ईडी की वहां पर। तो किस तरह से ये लोग दबाव तंत्र यूज करके अपोजिशन को खत्म करना चाहते हैं ये हमने अभी देखा है। और पवार साहब का आज का स्टेटमेंट ये भी है कि 5 लोग एक वक्त में सिर्फ उनके साथ थे, उन्होंने 5 लोगों के दम पर और अपने दम पर 55 आमदारों को चुन के लाया था। एक ऐसा वक्त भी था। तो इन सब चीजों की पवार साहब को आदत है, इससे उनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है। आने वाला वक्त बताएगा, हार कर जीतेंगे।
कुछ भी हो गई है, देखिए ये 20-30 साल पुराने शरद पवार नहीं है, ये 80 प्लस शरद पवार है, इनकी हेल्थ कंडीशंस भी हैं। अजीत पवार अभी ज्यादा यंग है, ज्यादा एनर्जेटिक है, ये भी फैक्टर्स है सर पॉलिटिक्स में।
वो जवान होते हैं, ऐसी चुनौतियों से वो जवान होते हैं।
राहुल,
ओके, डैनियल वांट्स टू कम इन, ही इज इचिंग टू मेक अ पॉइंट। गो अहेड डैनियल।
I'll tell you one thing, that Mr. Ajit Pawar has given 35 years, I don't know how to move for him, but I'm giving a political understanding. 35 years of his life to his party. He served his uncle and this party very well. He has risen to be a great administrator and a great organizer of the party. He has deep relationship with MLAs, MPs. He has seen that people have gone through. I'm not dismissing or discounting what Sharad Pawar's contribution to the politics of Maharashtra or to his own party. That is his. But I am telling you one thing. When the question of heir apparent comes, who is the most deserving of all? Who has contributed richly to make the party what it is? Who has been the face of the government in the party? That was Ajit Pawar. In 2004, NCP had more MLAs than the Congress party. NCP was supporting the Congress party in the center. They could have easily made Ajit Pawar the chief minister. Just so that they cannot make Ajit Pawar the chief minister, they kept him out. They kept him out. 2009 also they could have ensured that Ajit Pawar become the chief minister of Maharashtra. They kept him out. The chief minister position, the top position, NCP has evaded that so that it does not.
Okay, you know, I want to show, as I go across to Sandeep Shastri, data from the Mood of the Nation opinion poll done by Sea Voter for India Today, and I want to show our viewers why what we are seeing has actually happened. Because the one state, apart from Bihar, the one state that the NDA was very worried about was Maharashtra. Now here is the data from August 2022. This is the India Today Mood of the Nation opinion poll, and this is data from January 2023 this year. And remember, just next month we'll have the latest data out for August this year. But, and the good thing is it's happened in a way that our pollsters will be able to capture the full impact of the split of Ajit Pawar from the NCP. So basically, Let's come to the seat share after this, and that will give you a sense of how the needle has moved. In the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, the MVA had only 6 seats. Sea Voter predicted for India today in August 2022 that could have jumped up to 30. Remember, the state of Maharashtra has 48 seats. So if this jumped up to 30 in August 2022, in January 23, the projection was at 34. So 34 out of 48 seats were being won, almost 3/4 were being won by the MVA. And therefore, this is a situation that the BJP was very uncomfortable with. They simply couldn't have had a situation where 34 seats were going to the MVA, and therefore it was important to have Ajit Pawar on board and Sandeep Shastri. The question now will become whether the Ajit Pawar faction of the NCP, the Eknath Shinde faction of the Shinde Sena and the BJP can combine. And prima facie, Eknath Shinde is more popular in Thane, in Konkan. Ajit Pawar much more popular in Marathwada, Vidarbha, elsewhere. So there isn't a clash as much between these two additions. Both of them support the BJP in different parts of Maharashtra.
I'd like to contest it.
Sandeep Shastri? Okay, he's in a car, and I think that car
I want
is...
to contest it.
What do you want to contest, Daniel? Go for it while I try and fix Sandeep Shastri. Yes.
Your poll is on a presumption that these three parties will fight the election together and win the elections with these many seats. This was a pre-poll alliance. Post-poll situation, what is the guarantee that these people would have fought together?
No, there's no guarantee of anything. Given what's happened on Sunday, there can't be a guarantee about anything at all.
No, we are saying that MVA is a winning faction. Why wouldn't a force like Maha that has happened today, which is BJP, Shiv Sena, and NCP, could be a winning faction?
We don't know that. This is, see, when a poll is done, Daniel Francis, it looks at the situation in the way that it is at that moment. It makes no more assumption. You can't add any extra factors beyond what the pollster knows at the moment the poll is done. Sahil Joshi, I want to understand from you why the likes of Praful Patel, the likes of Chhagan Bhujbal have chosen to be with Ajit Pawar, especially Praful Patel, because he was seen as the right-hand Delhi boy for Sharad Pawar. His switching over, given that he was given a stake in the pie when the NCP was reorganized recently, that would baffle Sharad Pawar quite a lot. Was he expecting this
Well, it has baffled Sharad Pawar quite a lot. Well, it has baffled Sharad Pawar quite a lot, and Sharad Pawar has expressed his anger specifically against Praful Patel, because he mentioned in his press conference only two people, one Sunil Tatkare and Praful Patel, because they were appointed in the party as working president and the treasurer and general secretary by Sharad Pawar himself. So that's why he specifically said that against them the party will take action. Number one. Number two, Praful Patel has always been supporter of Ajit Pawar, specifically with respect to this particular decision. Even in 2019, he was pushing Sharad Pawar that we should ally with the BJP and keep Shiv Sena and Congress away, because that is the only way we can make our party survive, specifically with respect to the action by the central agencies. Look at who took the press conference today. Ajit Pawar, Praful Patel and Chhagan Bhujbal. All the three leaders are facing some or the other kind of a ED action at this point of time. So they were the one who were flag bearers of this particular revolt within NCP, even 1.5 months before, when we ran the story that the people in NCP, specifically Chhagan Bhujbal, Ajit Pawar and Praful Patel, they think that they should ally with the BJP rather than staying with the MVA, because that is not going to yield anything to the NCP. Rather, they will be more comfortable with the BJP with respect to the central agencies act against them. And that's what they were trying to push, and that is where Sharad Pawar was upset with Praful Patel. Now look at how it happened. On the 2nd of May, when Sharad Pawar suddenly expressed that he wants to get retired, he doesn't want to remain a president of a Nationalist Congress Party anymore. He did not tell this to Praful Patel. He was absolutely shocked by Sharad Pawar's decision, and that is where all these leaders who were caught completely unaware, despite they were expressing their willingness to join with the BJP, they were not prepared at that particular time. in the front of public eyes, they had to admit that it is only Sharad Pawar who can lead the party. And
He'll just stay with me for a moment. I just dialed Praful Patel. I've got him with me on the line right now. Praful bhai, if you can hear us, yours is the most staggering decision, it seems, because you for the longest time, for decades, have been seen as the NCP face in Delhi. You've been seen as the right-hand man of Sharad Pawar. Today, you're seen flanking Ajit Pawar. Can you explain to our viewers, Mr. Patel, why you took this decision?
Well, Rahul, you're right. I have been very, very long-standing colleague and admirer of Shri Sharad Pawar, and let me be very honest that even as we speak, my respect for Sharad Pawar ji does not diminish. It is, you see, the circumstances in politics also have to be looked at. There are so many things which are happening. Today, while we are in Maharashtra, we are seeing that, we have an alliance with, so far until today, with the Shiv Sena of Uddhav Thackeray and Congress. And it was, fine. On the superficial side, the surface, it looked nice and working, but I'm very sure that going forward in an election and in many other respects, it would have been a very tumultuous alliance. Probably it wouldn't have worked at all. Even if you look at the context of the opposition unity in the country, I had attended the Patna meeting also, and I can tell you that, it's very easy to say that, we'll all come together and work together, but it's not going to be that such an easy, affair, and with such egos, such differences, sharp, words being exchanged, even, in closed door meetings, how are these alliances going to work? And on the other side, well, I must say that Prime Minister Modi has demonstrated that, he's a strong leader, works for the welfare of the country 24/7, and is able to, do good work, and is able to build India's image both within and outside the country. And I think the need of the hour, something, you see, that's why I said politics is a dynamic, issue, and we have to deal with it as it comes by. But as I said, personal respect, no difference at all.
There is a lot of buzz in Delhi about an impending cabinet reshuffle next week. What's been added to the buzz is your name, that part of this deal, Praful Patel gets adjusted and gets a cabinet ministerial portfolio. Is that correct, sir? Could that happen?
Well, I can assure you one thing, that there is no talk at all about my inclusion or any talk on our side about anybody from the NCP being part of the government in Delhi. I think this is all speculative. We have made no such demands, and we do not have, as I said, this alliance in Maharashtra has been worked out on the basis of a respectable solution, a respectable formula. And the party has largely by rank and file taken this decision. It's not an individual decision of Ajit Pawar or Praful Patel.
I was just speaking to Nana Patole, the Congress head in Maharashtra. He said, Praful bhai के यहाँ पे ईडी के बहुत छापे पड़ते रहते हैं, कई सारे उनके जो मकान है वहाँ पे अब ईडी का हेडक्वार्टर्स बन गया है फ्लैट्स में.
I would like to please make it very clear. Show me a single case against me, whether an ECIR of the ED or any FIR or anything of that matter. These are all things. He's talking of some ED office, and that is not my property. It belongs to somebody whose property they have confiscated. How does it bring me into the picture? So this is all, very speculative, and these are kind of things. Allegations like this will always be heard. You see, when in politics you don't like something, you will always, try to undermine the other person. I am a person, you at least, Rahul, and all the people in Delhi and nationally also know what I stand for. So I don't really need to give I don't want to give a character certificate to myself.
Sahil Joshi, our colleague in Maharashtra and our bureau chief, has a question for you, Praful bhai. Sahil, fire away, and I want to get Praful ji to answer it. Go on.
Praful bhai, thank you so much, first of all, for picking up Rahul's call so that we could speak to you. But there is one question particularly I want to ask. In 2019, you and Ajit Pawar were in support of having an alliance with the BJP and formed the government in Maharashtra. And the biggest reason for that, behind that, was the three-party alliance government will not work, is what you were trying to say. It is not a practical solution to have a three-party alliance and three-party government in a state. Now you are forming the same thing. You are forming a three-party government. You are going to run a three-party government. How are you going to succeed? There is going to be an issue with respect to the seat distribution. Eknath Shinde's camp is already, they were waiting to get accommodated in the ministry. How are you going to solve this problem?
Today there is very much clarity on the fact that the largest party in this alliance is the BJP. The BJP has strong leadership. BJP has clarity in what they wish to do, both nationally as well as in Maharashtra. And as I told you, the three-party alliance, you are from Mumbai, you cover Mumbai, Maharashtra politics, Sahil. A three-party MVA arrangement is good on paper. Remember one thing, we formed that alliance on the basis of a post-poll and it was, very different circumstances under which that government was formed. Whereas this government which we have formed today is a very conscious, well thought of decision.
Sir, you worked with Sharad Pawar for so many decades. You've also seen Ajit Pawar. Can you give our viewers at this sense, your sense of the personality and the politics of both these gentlemen from your perspective?
I will only talk about Ajit Pawar because as I always said and I will maintain for all time to come that Sharad Pawar ji is my respected leader and mentor and shall always be. I do not want to get into the politics of it. As far as today's leadership of Ajit Pawar, Sahil will also appreciate that Ajit Pawar is a very hard-working grassroots leader, very popular in Maharashtra, especially in rural Maharashtra, and within the NCP, probably the most charismatic and most liked leader. So I am not getting into the other part of it. You see, because these kind of, when you take such decisions, these kind of questions will keep coming back and forth. But the fact of the matter is, it's a conscious decision and taken by the party's larger number of people. It is not something which has been done by a few group of people in some personal interest. I think the large rank and file. And that will be demonstrated as you see.
So for viewers who are watching at this time, Praful Bhai, what percentage of the NCP vote do you think gets transferred with you and with Chhagan Bhujbal and Ajit Pawar, and how much do you think stays with Supriya Sule, Jayant Patil, Jitendra Rawat, Sharad Pawar, everybody who stayed behind? What's your sense at this moment?
This is not a this versus that. We are the party with the party name and symbol, but again, let's not, I know these kind of questions will keep coming. Let us see. We have all of us have to see as time goes by. Nothing happens just on a phone conversation, on a telephone, or on television. This will be demonstrated on this ground, and this will have to be, as I said, I told you about Ajit Pawar, I told you about the overall mood in the party. This is not a decision of one or two people. This is a conscious decision taken by a large number of people.
Okay, we leave it there for the time being. Deeply appreciate you taking our time. Ajit Pawar switching sides was quite expected. That Praful Patel will be sitting next to him has come as a bit of a shock for many who are watching. You explained over the past few minutes your reasons for switching. We wish you all the best in your new innings. Praful Patel, for joining us in India Today. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Rahul.
Thank you. Sahil, what do you make of what we just heard from Praful Patel? Switching from being Sharad Pawar's right-hand man, blue-eyed boy in Delhi, to now sitting with Ajit Pawar, and what strikes me is, he seems to suggest that Pawar Senior may have been the past. NCP Karyakartas know that Ajit Pawar is their present and future.
Well, there is a stark difference between what Praful Patel has said at this point of time. In fact, if you would have given a chance, I wanted to ask him one more question with respect to the ED investigation, on which he said that there are no cases against anybody. But whereas Prime Minister himself has said that NCP 70,000 crore Bhrashtachar is what Prime Minister has spoken in Bhopal. But let's keep that aside at this point of time. Most importantly, Ajit Pawar, as I said before, is very popular among the MLAs because he has been leading the party in the Maharashtra Assembly since 2009 as a Deputy Chief Minister, as a Finance Minister sometimes. Even during MBA time, he was a Finance Minister plus Deputy Chief Minister. So he had taken care of the MLAs' needs very particularly, and that is the reason why he has always been popular among them. But now the question comes that whether these MLAs will stick with Ajit Pawar, because finally, end of the day, please remember, a year before, when the Shiv Sena split, along with Eknath Shinde split with MBA, they did not go with Uddhav Thackeray, claiming that these many MLAs, this NCP is going to target Shiv Sena, finish off Shiv Sena, and that tussle is going to grow further, and that is going to create a problem. That's what NCP will need to answer.
Well, there's a lot that needs to be spoken about. My mind whirling in different directions, so many streams of thought. We'll try and bring them all together. All the big newsmakers speaking first and exclusively to India Today, which is undisputedly India's election channel. It's getting hot, it's getting excited as we are building up to the 2024 elections, and this is Super Political Sunday.